and I hope you all had a great year. I'm going to talk about, according to me, the top seven movies of 2017. This is what I think were the top 7 movies of the year. Your list may be different. For me, this is what I thought of the top 7 movies of 2017. 7! So guys, at number 7 we have Mother. Yep. There's a movie called Mother, written and directed by Darren Aronofsky. And after you leave the theater watching his movie, you feel like, oh my god, what have I just watched? So Mother was starring Jennifer Lawrence and Javier Bardem, and it's about a couple who live in the middle of nowhere. It's 2 people come into their house and they start disrupting their peace, and you know, it just goes downhill. More people start coming, ruining their house, and the mother just loses it. Now, this movie had quite mixed reactions, probably because many people didn't understand it, which is why they didn't like it, and some people thought it was a bit too violent and gruesome, which is why they didn't like it either. But I loved this movie. The whole film is a metaphor. The film tells the story of the Bible. So Jennifer Lawrence and Javier Bardem, she plays Mother and Mother Earth, and he plays God, the creator of everything. And Mother Earth is trying to create paradise, and which is why she's painting their home and stuff. And then these people come in, 2 people, a man and a woman. So that's Adam and that's Eve. So they decide to come into their house. And there's one scene where Adam, he's puking. Ed Harris, that's his real name. He's puking in the toilet, and then you see a cut on his like waist. The Bible says that Eve was created from a rib of Adam's rib. So I thought that was quite cool. So loads of people start entering the house. That represents humanity. They're blinded by his worship so much that they start causing chaos. They like ruin their environment. I recommend you watch this movie. It's really, really interesting, and it's great. That's all I've got to say pretty much. And it's a telling of the Bible, but in a much more, you know, interesting way. It's like presenting the Bible as it would never have been presented before, which I thought was a really unique idea. 6! At number 6, we have Logan. Yes, this was a very emotional movie, as it was Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine for the very last time, and you know, he did a swell job. I like how the movie was different from all the X-Men movies. It was more mature. Logan took a really big step and decided to make it, you know, a one last goodbye for Hugh Jackman. The reason I put it at 6th on my list was because it was probably one of the best X-Men movies there will be for a very long time. Like, I've grown up watching X-Men movies, and it was heartbreaking to see, you know, Hugh Jackman leave his role as Logan. But yeah, what can you do? 5! At number 5, we have La La Land. Yes, this probably was one of my favorite movies of 2017 because I haven't seen a musical for a while, and I haven't seen a good musical until Les Miserables. And I thought La La Land was great. And plus, Damien Chazelle, the writer and, you know, director, he made Whiplash, which was a really good film as well. La La Land tells the story of Mia and Sebastian, so Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling. And Ryan Gosling wants to own his own jazz club, and Mia wants to be an actress. And, you know, it shows how they rise to fame and how, you know, they each support each other to do their best and how they end up being famous. And I like how this movie didn't have a happy ending. I mean, it was a good ending, but it wasn't as the audience would expect it to be. And which is why, you know, it's just a really good movie to watch. You know, it lifts up your mood, lifts up your spirit. The songs are quite good, actually. I wasn't expecting the songs to be good. They were really catchy. You watch it and you start singing along the next time the song comes. So guys, I hope you check out La La Land. It's a really good film, really entertaining, but it's probably not for everyone. It's only for people who like musical films. It was definitely worth winning all the awards and stuff. It had like, how many, like 7 or 8 Golden Globe nominations. I hope you guys check it out. It's a great movie and I enjoyed it. 4! Yep, Thor Ragnarok. It was probably one of my favorite Marvel movies of the year, and I love how they made a whole movie into a comedy, which was great. Like, you do see humor in Marvel films, but you don't see a whole film based on the humor. So like, there's one part right at the start where, you know, Thor is in chains, and then he's like literally chained up and he's hanging, and then Surtur, he's literally talking to Thor, and the change, he just starts spinning around, and then he's like, oh sorry, we'll carry on talking, I'll just come back round. And then he carries on talking again, and then he just starts spinning around again. And he's like, oh, it's not even me. It's this stupid chain. I'm not even doing anything, I swear. So guys, in the end, I'd say Thor Ragnarok is a really fun time. Thor's got his haircut, which is what made it even more fun. And I like the Stan Lee cameo. It was great. It was just funny. 3. So guys, at number 3 we have, yes, Star Wars, The Last Jedi. So now Star Wars, The Last Jedi carries on from Star Wars, The Force Awakens, when Rey gave Luke his lightsaber, and now Rey and Luke are training together, so Luke is teaching her how to use the Force. Like, the movie is split into different sections. It's like got 3 arcs within one whole film. So one arc is of Rey and Luke, and the other arc is of Kylo Ren, and the other arc is with Finn. I guess some arcs were interesting than the other. Like, looking from the trailer, I knew that this movie was going to be good. I mean, you can't go wrong with the Star Wars film. Like, it's what a way to end 2017, just, with a Star Wars movie. And I love how the trailer teased that, is Rey gonna join the dark side, or what is she gonna do? Is she gonna join the dark side and then come back to the light side, or is she gonna completely go to the dark side and never come back? Which I thought was great, because it leaves the audience guessing what's going to happen. The other part in the trailer when Kylo Ren is flying, using his battleship, flying through everything, and then he's just about to blow up Leia's ship. So is that how Leia's gonna go? What's gonna happen? In the end, guys, Star Wars was a great time, and yeah, I even got my own lightsaber out of it. I am one with the Force. The Force is with me. I am such a child. So guys, I hope you check it out. The Star Wars fans would definitely love this movie. However, the people that don't like Star Wars, not so much. 2. At number 2, guys, we have Get Out. This is probably the only, I guess, horror movie to make it in this list. The thing I liked about this movie was, well, where can I start? I like how this movie didn't rely on jump scares. It scared the audience through, worrying for the main character. So for those who don't know, Get Out tells the story of Chris and Rose. So they're dating each other, and Rose decides to take Chris to meet her parents. So, they go on a weekend trip to Rose's house. And, her parents are kind of friendly, but they didn't expect Rose to have, a black boyfriend. They're really welcoming and stuff, and Chris, he feels kind of, out of place, and he feels that there's something weird going on. While his stay at Rose's house, Chris starts to discover weird things are going on, and there's something wrong with the people, and he starts to get suspicious, and he finds something which leads to a very disturbing discovery. Just goes downhill from there. I like how this movie tackled racism in a really different way. I'm not gonna spoil what happened in the movie, but it's really worth watching. It was one of the biggest movies of this year. 1. So guys, the moment is here. The one you've all been waiting for. Number 1. And ladies and gentlemen, at number 1 we have, drumroll please, we have Baby Driver. For me, this was one of the most surprising movies of this year. I didn't expect this movie to do as good as it did, which is why I was quite surprised. I wasn't expecting it, to be brilliant, but it was just an outstanding piece of work. Baby Driver tells the story of a getaway driver, Baby. He gets paid by his boss to drive people to like bank robberies and stuff, and they have to, he's their driver. So when they get back into his car after they've done robberies, he drives them back, and the way he drives is just... So now, Baby meets the girl of his dreams, Deborah, and he decides to, leave this life of crime. So, he decides to do one last job for his boss, and boss assembles a team. So, they go try and rob a bank and stuff, but it goes really, really wrong. And Baby's on the run now from the police and stuff. And the rest of the movie just shows, how, you know, he tries to get away from the police, or what happens. Does he get away? Does he go to jail? Or what happens to his crew, and what happens to his boss, and stuff like that. The movie was just moving at a really good pace. It's as if you're sitting next to Baby in the driver's seat, so he's driving and you're the passenger, and he's going at such a speed that, you know, the movie hits you like adrenaline. Your heart is pumping throughout this movie, like guns are being fired. It's like a Fast and Furious movie, but it's much better. Ansel Elgort as Baby was great. Lily James as Deborah was great. Jamie Foxx did a great job. Kevin Spacey as his boss did a brilliant job. I thought the whole movie was great, and it's definitely worth #1 on my list. So I hope you guys check it out. It's a great time. I promise you won't be, you know, you're disappointed when you watch this movie. It was funny at moments. It was action packed. It was, you know, emotional at some bits, and, you know, it gets your heart racing at the right moments, which is why Baby Driver was #1 on the list, and it was totally awesome. So guys, I hope you enjoyed my video on the top 7 movies of this year. I hope you guys have seen some of them. If you haven't, you can definitely check them out. I'm looking forward to 2018. Yeah, Avengers, amazing. Ant-Man 2, amazing. Deadpool 2, amazing. Incredibles 2, amazing. I could go on for days, but we don't want to be here for days. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.